welcome back to Cindy's Library. And today I am going to talk to you about the Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. So, let's see what to say about it without giving spoilers. Well, first of all, amazing end papers on both sides. Beyond that, interspersed in the story are pages from the actual book that starts off this whole book. Oh, and one more thing. There are also occasional little doodles at the bottom like this one. And this one goes into the side too. That tells its own completely adorable little story. You don't want to miss that one. Oh, plenty of more regular illustrations as well, including a few colored ones. Fewer than in Tristan, I think, but all of the colored ink in here is blue as opposed to Tress. That changed. So, as for the story itself, we have a guy. He is in the middle. I guess it's kind of a clearing. But obviously it looks like a bomb went off. He has no idea who he is, where he is, how he got there, or anything like that. I mean, if he sees a tree, he remembers it's a tree, but no details about his life, doesn't even remember his name. The one thing he does have is a couple pages from a book, The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. And so one of his first tasks, since apparently the book blew up when he arrived there, is to retrieve as many pages as he can to try and help him figure out what is going on. Because he is indeed in medieval England. In fact, in Anglo-Saxon England, or at least a version of that, which personally I completely loved. But that's just me because I'm a Tolkienist and I actually do know something about Anglo-Saxon England. This guy, he obviously comes from the future, not just the future from Anglo-Saxon times, of course, but even further in time than from where we are. And so this is the story of him trying to figure out everything that's going on and survive Anglo-Saxon England in the meantime. There are some things that are a little off. We learned that there are many dimensions based on probabilities, basically, and so that explains that. Some things may not be so much a dimensional shift, but more things he's just not expecting. So, it's took me a bit to get into it, I will admit, but by the last half, I was fully invested and had a great time reading. It was very humorous, perfect to read after Rebecca. So there's that too. I was definitely in the right mood for this. How does it compare to Tress? I liked Tress better, I think, but that's not to say I didn't enjoy this one. I would say, if you're familiar with Brandon Sanderson's Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarian series. Not that this isn't totally different. Um, Alcatraz is obviously middle grade. This is more YA at least. Possibly adult, although there's really not adult themes, or at least mature themes, I should say, that much. I mean, a little, but talk a bit about troubled relationships with a girl, and of course, well, if it's Anglo-Saxon England, there are Vikings, and Vikings can be brutal, but it's nothing gratuitous or anything like that. But the tone, the humor, all of that is very similar to Alcatraz. So if you like that, that is a good thing for you to try out this book then. Beyond that, um, do feel a bit for our main character. At first because he's so confused and lost, and then the more he figures out, especially about his own self and his own past, well, it's not exactly what one could call a happy one. There's a reason why our protagonist here decided to go to an alternate dimension of Anglo-Saxon England. But it's all kept very light-hearted overall. Like I said, I enjoyed it. So, hopefully you will too. So glad I read this one. A beautiful edition. It'll look great on my bookshelf too. And yes, I will reread this sometime. So glad I have it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by Cindy's Library. I truly do appreciate it. So until next time, hope we all stay safe and healthy. And as always, happy reading.